您正在收看的是凤凰卫视。
如果您曾去过英国，或者痴迷过英剧中的情节，你会记得，坐落在英国乡野之间的宅邸与庄园，以其丰富的建筑装饰风格、深厚的文化底蕴和浓重的历史色彩，成为了英国一道独特的风景线。因为英国庄园是贵族们世代居住的地方，庄园领主拥有着大片的土地，这些土地带给他们财富和荣耀，而这些庄园的建筑本身就体现了拥有者的财富、审美，甚至是个人魅力。这样的因果关系与我们今天所追求的住宅符合居住者的需求其实是统一的。但如果是完全传统的住宅建筑，可能已经无法满足现代生活方式的需求。要在都市中，也要是英式庄园，要硬件古老，但也要软件现代。这样的完美是否会在今天的上市屋推荐中一一实现呢？
我今天想介绍这一家房子在 Pasadena， 这边的地是3.5亩，所以有一个非常大的地。这是一个英国仿式的房子，是1915年改的，有很多历史。这是7个水房、10个浴室的房子。这一块本来是一个网球场，会改一个客房，2000尺的客房。那我们先继续看这块地这边是游泳池，这个游泳池也是最近盖的，应该14年他们设计的。我们从这进来吧。这边是那个 jacuzzi 了，然后这3个屋子是有一个洗手间，还有一个换衣服的房间在这。然后这是外面的厨房，这是一个可以放火，可以晚上坐得很舒服，开火。OK， 所以这边是一个外面的厨房你可以在这边烤菜，做羊肉串，做牛排，烤肉，这边你可以去一个外面吃饭的地方，所以你看那块地有各种各样的活动，你都可以欣赏这个环境。这是那个刚才说的那个吃饭的地方，这边是草地，还有一个小亭子，然后我们这是那个房子的后面，有一个浴池，然后还有一个小地方可以可以喝茶，反正他们做得很漂亮了。如果你看这个屋顶，他们很仔细的画。所以呢，你坐这边，不是太晒，可以喝茶，坐得很舒服看那个浴池，看那个漂亮的环境。
So Christian just mentioned to you guys that this used to be the tennis court. It now can be converted, and you can have a guest home here, or you can have a separate APN altogether, and put a second house there. It faces onto Grand, which is a magnificent street in its own. And here we come down to this. This was just done recently. This is a new pool and hot tub. So you've got an entrance gate that takes you towards the house. It's just a beautiful pool here. A nice big area for recreational and almost like resort living. We'll show you a little bit of what it looks like inside here. So this is the changing room. You got a toilet. You have a sink here. There's a shower next door. Let's come back around here. So you captured the essence of the back of the house, the architectural style. Make sure that plastic's not included. But that magnificent tree, with the amount of shade it provides too, it helps to keep the house chilled inside. Through this door here, you have another little area, which is great for the caterers to do their parking here. They can set up their trucks here. They can have some distribution going with the food, coordinate it. Or hey, coming from the grocery store, you don't want to be bringing groceries through the front door. There's nowhere really you can go through the back without having to go a little distance. So here you just come up, you back up, and the kitchen is right there, folks. So you just walk into that door and you put it in the fridge. But as you can see, the perspective of the driving, it's very friendly for an extreme number of vehicles to come in. So if there's any car collectors out here, I would also engage in the opportunity of showing you this property, because I think there's some great ideas too to be storing some cars, because there is so much parking and there's so much space that you can do auxiliary buildings. Of course, you got to get permits and go through the city. But I just wanted to mention this. This is the back area of the pool house. And of course the barbecue. You got this gorgeous ivy. And when it comes out in blooms, you get all the flowering and all that happens. This long driveway up here, this takes you up to the tennis court. So if you bought this property and you didn't want to build a house back there, hey, I would put a tennis court back in there. It deserves a nice big tennis court as well. So folks, I want you to take a look at the park-like setting here. It's like walking onto the grounds of Toscano Gardens or Huntington Library. And over here, of course, you have plenty of room for parking. Look at those cars. That car, again, is not for sale, folks. It is in a lot of our filmings that we film our properties. But, and again, you have another little angle here of the beautiful house. And then as you walk down here, this is obviously the exit from the property. It's a double gated property. Here you got this nice stream. You got that little arch bridge. Really nice natural setting. I saw some little fishes in there before, but we're going to take you to a spot. There's koi fish a little bit later. Okay, come on down here, folks. So prior to the owners of the Chandler estate, which is famous, the Chandlers of LA Times, well, back in 1915 when the house was built, they had this little storage area, and we were told it was a little horse shed. Well, trust me, this is not a little horse stable. We did some further historical research on this, and it's actually where they stored the milk and the cheese back in the day. Okay. Then as you walk up this path, there's lots of pathways, little trails, just really nice, quiet areas of the property, and that just reminds me so much of the Toscano Gardens and the Huntington Library. Here to the right, you have a nice little pathway here. I've seen bamboo. Oaks obviously are on the property. After all, this is a 1915 property, and it borders the Arroyo Seco, the Rose Bowl area. So very historical homes in the area. Here we come up to some watersheds. The current clients are very ingenious with the water supply. They want to make sure they preserve the water and have extra storage water for taking care of the sprinkling system here. Here, this can be a greenhouse. It was actually used for having the flowers here. They had all the florists work on the flowers. And let's see if we can go up here. There's a little, not too sure how this will look on the film, but this is pretty prototypical of what it would look like when you would have your flowers working on the roses before they get planted. So as we pass the area of the greenhouse, you have these storage areas. Now back in the day, in the 1950s, they would have the horses here. These are converted stables into garages, so you could park some vehicles in there, or you could use it for storage. Now this is one of my favorite part of the property here. This is the carriage house, and this entire property back in 2014 was the cover of the 2014 was the cover of the Pasadena showcase. It was the 50th edition, and this had a big write-up in that magazine back then. And obviously everyone's familiar with the Pasadena show house. They had 25 contractors that worked on this property at the time, and they spent well over $2 million since 2014 up until now on remodeling and doing a few things different to the property. Come on, let's come inside here and carriage house. So here we have a little powder room. So this can be used as a garage, and it also can be used as a guest quarters here. Come on inside here. This was built on top of the carriage house back in 2014, as I mentioned, and this is it's a cute little apartment. So here you have a nice little bathroom. Here, of course, you have a little living area, little breakfast area for dinner and breakfast, and you have a quaint little kitchen up here. So this could be great for the groundskeepers, the maids of the property of for the new homeowner, or even a guest house for in-laws, or a rental. Could be a rental income. Got a decent-sized closet. And over here, you actually have a his and hers little closet, so that's nice. Okay. Could be in-laws. I think I already mentioned that twice. The back of the property faces onto Grand, and the front of the property obviously is Arroyo Blvd.
这栋位于帕萨蒂纳的房屋，仿佛把一处古老完整的英式庄园时空转移至此，而室内又有着全新的设计，融合着古典的品味与现代生活的需求。
Hey folks, how you doing? Scott James with Douglas Alleman here with Phoenix TV. Obviously you've been given the tour of the outside property. It's magnificent. Now we're going to take you inside the home. Come on in the house here and we'll give you a grand tour of the property. I want to show you the front door here. It's a magnificent door entrance. It's got those typical European knockers on here, so I don't know if the camera can pick that up with all that sunlight. So welcome folks to 1200 South Arroyo Boulevard in Pasadena. It's a 7-bed, 10-bath, 8,148 square feet house. It's an English estate style house. Some people may call it a Tudor with a shaker roof. And it's on a 3.5-acre lot, as you saw outside when we did the tour. So as you can see here, it's got a high ceiling, it's got this beautiful chandelier lighting, and I really like how the clients put the big size paintings there up in the top level. Here is this is bigger than anyone's living room. You can put 2 or 3 living rooms together, and as you can see, it's got all that architectural style. You've got these beautiful ceilings here, these post beam ceilings. And I gotta tell you, when I first came into the living room here, I was really captivated by this fireplace. Large mantelpiece. You've got this beautiful, we're talking 1915, folks, that this fireplace was built back when the house was built. So just a beautiful fireplace. So, you have your little drinks here, and there's some modernization done as well. There's this really nice built-in wine closet. Obviously, this was back in the 1950s. They would have had probably an ice box. Look at this. Now, folks, this is back in the day. This is where they would be doing the waltzes, the dancing. This is called the Great Room, or other names as well. Here you got a fireplace, beautiful fireplace with the herringbone brickwork. That was famous back in the day, and you still see it to this day in flooring. And folks, this is it's a cushioned wall tapestry, and the reason for that is, if you pan up, besides these beautiful chandeliers that you see in the great room here, you see these built-in speakers. So it's got surround sound speakers throughout the system, and you can tell by the way I'm talking, it gives off a really good acoustics, so it would be great for music. So here you're entering a beautiful dining area. You've got windows, doors here, escaping out to the backyard. I'm really big into fireplaces. There's multiple fireplaces in this room, and that one fireplace looks alike, so that's really important to see the detailing work. And folks, this is back 1915. The way they would do fireplaces now, they would use a faux stone, a fake stone. This is the real stuff. Now this kitchen was done, when it was originally bought, it was really confined and small. Now it's much bigger and it's modernized. You got built-in appliances here. built-in fridge, customized fridge. You got customized counters. You got a nice big island here. So as you can see, there was a lot of thought given to this because you see a lot of windows, lots of light that comes in. And I think it's a gourmet kitchen. I think it's really a nice, here's a little prep area. So you got this nice prep area here. So what I like about this property, folks, is that all the beds are upstairs. As I mentioned earlier, there's 7 beds. So we're gonna come upstairs here to the grand stairs. So in this area, you get this nice open space. And what I like again is these paintings. So plenty of room to hang your art. So this room in here, it's not considered a bedroom. It's really considered a little greeting area, and it's in between some bedrooms and a bath. So it's a great area for, as you can see, a little makeshift movie theater area. Again, you're looking at 1915 wall, 1915 fireplace, but today's technology all upgraded. All this trim work, this was done back in 1915. Of course, it was under a major remodeling back in 2014 when this house was under the featured in the 2014 Pasadena showcase. That's new. I believe that wall pattern is something of a newer remodeling. And of course you got that light. So this is the second stair entrance. This is a really cool bedroom. This has got that typical half wall wood workmanship along with the paper towels. You got the beautiful light up here with those accents on the wall. That looks really beautiful with the sconces, okay? And then you have this really magnificent hallway. Check outside. Like I mentioned before, there's so many windows and there's so much to see outside when you're in the house. These are closets. And in here, this was just recently done, the flooring, and they did a great job. And again, you kind of get the feel. This is not a master, but it's a nice little master suite. And I'll show you why in a minute. But I wanted to show you these original windows again, and just another area of the house where you pick up on, which is really cool. Then in here, this is all updated. This is pretty much updated from to new. So you got this modern contemporary look in this bathroom. Great tile, I love that counter sink. And in here you have a little, it's a walk-in closet, but it serves dual purpose because this also takes you into this family area again. So you can close that door off and just use this as a closet. Here's another bedroom. Now, I think this one's the best one. And you got this lovely sky blue paint in the room, but it's a nice sized room. What I like about this, it has a lot of light, but also stays cool because it's surrounded by those trees. So you get a great view out there to the sports court area. You have this magnificent view down here, and I'm hoping you can capture it. Come on over here and take a look at this. So I could just imagine opening up the window, you get the sounds of the birds, you can see the koi fish and some other fish down there in that 1915 little pond pool that they created, and of course that beautiful landscaping. The other reason why I really like this room, I think this is the best bathroom in the house, including the master. I love the floor. This is all new. I love what they did with the shower. And look at this bathtub. I mean, it's a soaker tub with antiquity-looking hardware. Okay, so you've got the look of maybe a 1915 home in a bath, but this is all modern waterworks here, the water taps. And then you get this great view outside again. Now we're entering the next private suite, and this is the master. So I'm gonna go start with the master bedroom, but I just wanted you to capture this. This wall and this area was all done new for the showcase, Pasadena 2014 showcase. There was no wall here before, and they thought it would look good, especially with the master if they had that wall split. And this is what you get. You get a very large master bedroom. You get this beautiful updated fireplace, and you have these little windows again, these vignette windows where you get these great views. I'm going to show you a little bonus space, folks. Back in the day, you know, attics with big homes were usually used as storage, but here in this case, what they did is they lined this with cedar wood. The first thing you smell is the cedar wood, and it's just amazing. And there's just so many things that you can do up here, and then in here, folks, we'll just take a quick look in here. So you got a little area up here. You can put a pool table up here. You can have the kids entertain and watch movies up here as well. So this is just a nice little bonus area up here in the attic. Okay. So come on down here, folks. obviously this takes us back into the kitchen area. Well, it's nice and cool in here too. And folks, our clients, they have kids, so obviously for safety's sake, you know, they like to have some areas where they have their eyes on their children all the time. And in other words, we're in the ground, and this is called under normal circumstances, this would be basements. Say hello to everybody on the camera. So the house is equipped with modern technology and security. Okay. And then here's the wine room. So this is pretty amazing. It's nice and cool down here, and it would be a great area to just unwind and unload. And you got all these wine barrels, and this is pretty cool. And I saw this, guys. So this is obviously a collection board. So just a nice place to just unwind at the end of the day. Unwind, get it, and have a glass of wine.
有多少人都有着都市中的庄园梦，用浓浓的英式乡村气息的色调，衬托着庄园的优雅骨架，用水晶吊灯和大理石的奢华与乡村简约相结合，典雅的家具与简单的木质工艺相结合，艺术品与室内外充满野趣的植物相互搭配。这栋位于帕萨迪纳黄金地段的房屋，完美实现了这些梦想。时代在改变，审美不会一成不变，但是经过岁月沉淀的质感永远都会隽永，因为这就是经典。
美梦成家游，选择 Stay Farm， 让您稳健一生，助您实现企业上市梦想的亚洲时代 ATAF。 美泰置业，值得您信赖的泰国置业专家，联合赞助播出。